I'm a Scouser, lad. We don't get knocked out.
That's really good, bro. That is really
Oh,
good.
man. That is hilarious. My dog's had a shed. You seen that video, too?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video here at Locked Door MMA. I'm your host, Brevin, with my other host, JP, the dog. In this video, we are going to give you our breakdown, analysis, and prediction for every single fight for UFC 304, Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad. We're super stoked to do so, but before we jump into the card, we have some awesome news for you guys. Here on Locked Door MMA, we're doing our first ever giveaway on the channel. Drum roll, please. Bam. Patty Hamlet rookie card. One of you lucky subscribers is going to get that rookie card. And here's what you need to do to be eligible for that giveaway. First, hit that subscribe button right now. Make sure you are subscribed. That is the first qualification. Step number 2, comment 3 fighters that you think are going to win during UFC 304. You can utilize our videos to help you, or you can go off on your own and do your own thing. But either way, comment 3 names that you think are going to win on UFC 304 in the comment section under this video right now. And then if you are correct, if you get those 3 picks correct, you will be eligible to randomly be drawn for that giveaway. It's a really cool card. And the value of this card is only going to go up. I mean, Patty Pimlet, he's so popular, dude.
The body.
My girlfriend Kaylee, she doesn't even enjoy watching UFC with me, but she does enjoy watching Patty, the baddie, fight every time he's on. I mean, this dude's personality is the best, and the value of that card, I promise you, is going to go up. Without further ado, let's jump in to UFC 304. JP, kick us off, brother.
Yes, sir. Another pay-per-view. No more fight nights. No more snoozes. No more cards that are mediocre. This card's kind of juice, bro. I like this a lot. Uh, United Kingdom, London card. A lot of United Kingdom fighters on it. Might be something to keep in mind for the juicer later. We'll get there. But yeah, man, let's jump straight into it. I'm excited. I'm hyped. The first fight on the night on the early prelims is going to be Modestas Bukauskas versus Marcin Progno. Brevin, who are you taking?
Yeah, so Marcin, he's a Polish fighter. He's got a good karate background. He does carry some power with him. His opponent, Modestas, a former Cage Warrior light heavyweight champion with a good kickboxing base. This should be a good fight to kick off the card. I think this fight stays standing, and when it does, I definitely think Modestas has the advantage on the feet in this one. So I'm picking Modestas Boskuskis. Bukowskis. Who cares? Modestas gets it done.
Drop my freaking notes, man. God, we're in shambles over here. Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree 100%. I think he's better on the feet. If I'm not incorrect, I think he was in the UFC and then got cut, and now he's back in the UFC, or he signed with a different promotion. I think it was Cage Warriors, and then came back, something like that. So that just kind of speaks volumes that he's still at that level. I think he's much better on the feet than Progno is. They've both lost to Vitor Petrino. That guy's a killer. Bukowskis is going to have 4-inch reach advantage. Jesus Christ, man. I can barely speak today. Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback. Give me Bukowskis as well in the first one.
Hell yeah, brother. Second fight on this card, we got Shauna Bannon versus Elise Ardeline.
Weird one. Ardeline, her debut. She's on a 7-fight win streak right now, which, I mean, that's pretty impressive to watch. But if you look at that 7-fight win streak, it's nothing but cans. They're cans. So it's not too impressive when you look at it in that. She fought Zhang Wei Li in 2016. Granted, she lost, but It's a high level fighter. You know, Zhang Wei Li's a great champion now. Bannon, she's 2 inches taller and she's got 4 inch reach. I think they're both gonna want to stand and bang. Arteline's just kind of a sloppy looping shots. Wants to brawl a little bit. Bannon's got decent power. She's had 2 fights already canceled on her this year, so I think she's been in the gym preparing for fights. Granted, Arteline could have been too, but I think Bannon's pretty decent. I think she's good. 5-1. She's got a good record. Her only loss in the UFC. I forgot who it was to.
Bruna Brazil later
Bruno
on this
Brazil.
card.
Yeah, later in this card, and Bruno Brazil. She's got good stand up. You'll see later. I think she's got good stand up. So yeah, give me Bannon, man. I think it'll be competitive, but I think Bannon will win because Arteline's a little too brawlerish for me.
Yeah, this should be a good fight here. Shauna Bannon, an Irish fighter, the female Conor McGregor. Just kidding. But at the same time, she's fun to watch. She has pretty good striking. I think this fight also stays standing, and I think she will get it done Saturday. So give me Shauna Bannon as well in this one.
Yep, good call. Next one, moving up, Sam Patterson and Kiefer Crosby. Another Irish fighter too.
Yeah, we got Sam Patterson versus Queefer. I mean Kiefer. Kiefer Crosby, the big Queef. Sam Patterson, he's a long fighter. He definitely likes to look for his submissions. That's where he thrives. His opponent, Kiefer, he's a strong guy, but he lacks a ground game. There's really nothing there uh, that's going to help him defensively or offensively. So I think that if Sam Patterson's able to avoid the strong strikes from Kiefer, he's going to get it done. My pick for this fight, Sam Patterson by submission. I'm calling that prop right now. Sam Patterson gets it done by sub.
Wow, it's kind of crazy. We have had the exact same predictions so far, bro. Yeah, Patterson, he's so much bigger. I know you like your lanky fighters. He's got
Hmm
4 inches in height, 8 inches in reach. And the other guy, Crosby, is going to come out and try to knock him out. He wants to stand and bang. He's strong. That's what he likes to do. Patterson's only 2 losses are by KO. So he has been clipped before. He has been knocked out before. But that's what we have to worry about. But I'm also going to agree with Brevin. He's much bigger. I think that'll help in the stand-up department. And then the other guy clearly has a disadvantage on the ground. Patterson's so much better on the ground. So give me Patterson by sub as well. I'm going to piggyback on that one, bro. No need to stand and bang. Take him down and choke him out.
Let's roll. I think some of these longer fighters that are jujitsu guys, they definitely have an advantage with those long limbs. You can get caught in triangles. You can get caught in a very, very tight guillotine, arm in triangle. Like everything that you want to throw up as a submission attempt gets even better and tighter with the longer limbs. I think Patterson, this one's teed up for him to get a submission win. Let's roll. Next fight on the not carb. I'm thinking about carbs. Why? Anyways, Von Elliott versus Preston Parsons.
This is an interesting one here. Oh, another thing I forgot to say about the first 2 fights. I wouldn't even touch on betting, by the way. Don't even get anywhere near them. It's too close, too early in the card. But the Patterson fight, bet on that sub prop. This one, it's a close one. The lines are close. Um, Elliott's 1-0 in the UFC. Parsons is 2-2. Parsons does not have any KOs in his career at all. I think he's only got losses. He's got a shit ton of sub wins. My thing about Parsons is he wants to grapple and he wants to go to the ground, but he stands and bangs way too much as a grapple fighter. When that's your strength and your strong suit, he just stands there in unnecessary exchanges way too much for my liking. Elliott's got pretty decent stand up. His leg kicks pretty nasty. Parsons is gonna have to address those early. I think Elliott's got good enough wrestling himself to prevent Parsons from taking him down, because when Parsons does shoot, it's also kind of sloppy and it's from a far range. I don't like Parsons. Give me Elliott, and a surprising one. Give me Elliott by KO in this fight.
Hell yeah. Dog call there. Oban Elliott currently the underdog.
Dog money.
Preston Preston Parsons, his nickname is Pressure. Think that kind of gives you an idea of what he wants to do. He wants to come in, get takedowns, and then look for submissions. His opponent, Oban, pretty well-rounded guy. The one thing to note, like JP said, Parsons has no stand-up. His striking is poor, and if he gets into exchanges with the Welsh gangster, it's not going to end well. I'm also going with Oban Elliott to get this win. Dog money. Let's roll.
Let's roll, brother. Good one. This next one, everybody's hyped up for. The best fight on the prelims, possibly. Me and Brevin got a big tie to this fight. You'll see. It's going to be Mick Parkin and Lucas Bresky. Who are you taking?
You got a big tie to this fight. I'm not sure what JP is referring
Oh,
to.
you'll see.
However, I'll give you a little bit of a breakdown here. Bruzeski, he's a light heavyweight. Like, no, he's a heavyweight, but he's very light. He doesn't weigh much at all. And we kind of saw a very similar thing this past weekend with Usman and Thomas Peterson. So this should be very interesting. He does throw a lot of wild strikes. He does throw some pretty solid leg kicks, and he's good with ground and pound if he gets in that position. Mick Parkin, he's a very big guy. He will land some big power shots on the feet and then translate that into opportunities to land some ground and pound as well. I think whenever you have these light guys fighting up at heavyweight, it does take a lot of power out of the equation. I think the power coming back from them can be too much to handle. I'm going with Mick Parkin to get this win.
I agree. And I only got a few things to say. I'll tell you what our attachment to this fight is. I mean, let's count it up. Poop bowl of the card. Two Grizzlies fighting over a salmon. Trash. Garbage versus garbage. This one is it. Throw it in that category. I don't give a shit, okay? You want a new one? Two trolls fighting over a bridge. Who gets the bridge? Who fucking cares in my mind? Okay? They're both terrible. Mick Parkin's undefeated at least 3-0 in the UFC. Bresky, all you need to know is he lost to our guy, Martin Big Booty Boudet. He lost to him. I don't need to know anything else. Hammer Mick Parkin, brother.
Exactly. I told you guys 2 videos ago. I'm so glad you brought that up. And that's funny that you mentioned that fact because I saw that too. And I was like, God damn, that's a bad loss right there. So anyone that gets beat by Boudet is getting their ass beat by anybody else. Mick Parkin, throw the mortgage on it. Just kidding. Probably not. But at the same time, Mick Parkin's going to get to 10-0 on Saturday.
Well, also what I would say is don't even bet on the fight. Other than that, I'm not gonna bet on the fight. I'm picking Mick Parkin, but don't bet on the fight. Trash.
Yeah, that one's rough. Trust me, guys, there's a lot of room to place your bets later on in this card, but this one we need to have some smart money going into these fights because any of those fights can be wishy-washy one way or the other. Couple cans in the cage is what we're gonna call them. Next
Yeah.
fight on this card, Keolan Loughran versus Jake Hadley.
I would really like to know how to say his name. I feel like that's right, but I don't know. But another
Who
Irish
knows?
guy, another Irish fighter. This one was a short notice replacement, I believe. It was supposed to originally be Tavares. I
Yep.
forget his first name, but he was originally supposed to
Ramon,
fight. Yeah,
the
Ramon.
NFL player.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point. Yeah. So I don't know. How do you say his last name? Loran or something? Lauren,
Loughran,
Lofren, something like that. Who
Loughran.
fucking knows?
I
Dude?
have no idea.
He's won one of the UFC. He's got a Lapalus loss, so that doesn't look terrible. His stand-up's really good. I like his stand-up a lot. He's got great kicks. He has a teep kick to the face that's gorgeous that he throws out. He can time it really well with people who like to do takedowns a lot. He's quick and crumbles. I'm just gonna lose my mind here, brother. I'm gonna lose my mind. I maybe I need some carbs because my brain is not functioning today. He's
Well, I don't need any other carbs, but he's quick in scrambles.
he's quick in scrambles, so it's hard to take him down with how fast he is. He's not a big guy, but I think his takedown defense is good enough. and he's never been finished. That's a huge thing. Hadley, he's okay. He's fought a lot of guys. He has also never been finished, so all of their losses are coming by decision. So I would not jump a finish prop here in this fight, but give me Loughran. Give me Loughran by decision. I think Jake Hadley's only win or only way to win this fight is by sub, and I think Loughran's good enough to keep him away, keep him off. So give me Loughran by decision. Maybe a over 1.5 play here. Round two to start, something like that. But yeah, I'm taking Loughran.
Yeah, this one's a tough fight, guys. Loughran, we don't have a ton of information on inside of the UFC. He did well in his other promotions. I believe it was Cage Warriors. He was 4-0, and Cage Warriors came into the UFC. Now he's 1-1. Jake Hadley, on the other hand, he's fought in Bellator. He was on the Contender Series. He was 1-0 in Bellator, 1-0 in Contender Series, and now he's 2-3 inside of the UFC. Um, man, I'm a little stuck here. I'm a little stuck. I'm gonna stick to my original gut pick. Give me the White Tong Jake Hadley on short notice. I think that the leg kicks will come into play. If you see Loughran's other fights, he has a very wide stance. He has that lead leg out pretty far. I'm not sure if he's enticing a grappling exchange, but if someone's chopping away at that, I think it takes a lot of the power out of his hands. I think Hadley wins via decision. Um, Interesting matchup here. I don't know how their styles are going to clash.
Yeah, it's a weird fight and it's short notice. So like you said, so it's kind of definitely up in the air. But over 1.5 for sure. Y'all gonna bet anything on that one? First, first fight that we picked against each other, I believe, so far. Next one is gonna be Molly the Meatball McCann versus Bruna Brazil.
Yeah, this one's going to be a good women's matchup here. Brazil is going to be the taller fighter, and Molly's going to be the thicker, stronger fighter. Molly does put on a lot of pressure on her opponents, looks for takedowns, ground and pounds, spinning elbows, some wild striking. The Brazil's going to be the more technical striker. I think if this fight stays standing, Brazil could have a slight advantage. She has nice kicks. She throws long, rangy strikes, which I normally fall in love with. However, I do personally think that this fight's going to play out a lot like the Miranda Maverick fight that we saw this past weekend. I think Molly McCann gets inside, makes it dirty. She's in the clinch, and then she lands some takedowns and some ground and pound. Give me the meatball, Molly McCann, to get it done.
I gotta go the opposite way, bro. I don't think Molly is that good at all. I think her grappling was exposed. Her clinch game is good, and that's where she's most dangerous. That's where she gets her knockouts. But Brazil beat Bannon, like we were saying earlier for the Bannon fight. Her kicks are gorgeous on the feet. She is so much more technical and just fluent on the feet just to watch than Molly is. Molly's throwing these looping big shots. Like you said, she likes to pressure. She wants to make it a dirty brawl, kind of. I looked at the lines. Right now, Brazil is a plus 255 underdog, and Molly's a minus 330 favorite. I am telling you guys right now, that is a trap. Molly's not that good. Brazil should not be this big of an underdog, but I'll fucking take it. Okay, I might put money on it right now to get the best odds because I think money's going to come in on Brazil. I don't think Molly's good. Give me Bruna Brazil, dog money again to beat Molly McCann.
All right. Molly
Cooker.
McCann Molly McCann and Patty Pimblett fight on all the same cards, and more times than not, they both get a dub. Something to look out for. I don't mind the Brazil pick there, JP. I just don't think Brazil's beaten anyone that is well rounded. I mean, Shauna Bannon's a striker. If you
Yeah.
look at her Marnik Man fight, oh my God, how is Marnik Man even
Starched
doing this
her.
sport? Oh yeah, she
Oh,
shouldn't even
cold.
be in the
Goddamn.
octagon.
Yeah, but that kick was gorgeous, bro. That head kick,
Go
that
work at the
switch head kick.
grocery store. I could land a nice switch head kick on a standstill dummy. And that's exactly what Marnik Man is. I think her name's a shotgun. It doesn't even matter. Why am I talking about Marnik Man?
Can
There's
we
just not impressive
get some
victories.
confirmation on that switch kick?
I'll stand up and do it right now and fall on my ass. But either way, we'll see. I think, like JP said, the odds are there. Women's underdogs are statistically a decent bet,
It's a trap.
but
I'm telling you, the Molly meatball line. Everybody's gonna want to do it because Patty and her. I think it's a fucking trap, dude. I think that's way too
it may
wide.
be a trap. But at the same time, just don't bet it. Just don't bet it.
Facts.
It's a tough one.
I will be because I'm getting dog money. But if you're on Molly's side, don't bet it.
JP loves losing money. All right, next fight. Nath- Nathaniel Bigwood
Oh,
versus
oh, oh, oh,
pause. Pause. Nathaniel Wood versus Daniel Pineda. Who do we got?
oh. Interesting one here. Wood is a massive favorite. I like Nathaniel Wood a lot. I like his wood. Pause. I like Nathaniel Wood a lot. He's fought a lot of good guys. He took Muhammed Naimov. I know Naimov just lost to Felipe Lima, but Lima looks legit. Naimov's still good. So don't discount that win. That looked good. He's technically sound and good everywhere. His basics are very good. He's got a chin. Granted, he's been dropped, but he's shown that he can recover. In the Feely fight, he got clipped hard. Could have been stopped, but he recovered well and finished that fight and won it. He's 8 years younger. All of Pineda's UFC losses don't look good. They're against bad guys. His best win's Herbert Burns. I don't know. He's slow on the feet. And all of his decisions, I'm pretty sure that he's been to, he's lost. Give me Wood by decision. It's not even a question.
Yeah, I'll keep this one short and sweet. The odds are what they are for a reason. Wood's the very, very, very heavy favorite in this fight, and I think that is correct. I don't think this one's close. Nathaniel Wood's gonna get it done pretty easy on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Moving up. Are we at the main card yet? I don't believe so. I believe this is our featured prelim fight, actually. And this one, this card, I don't know if any of you guys know a lot of people on this card, but me and Brevin do, and this card is juiced. Let me tell you, it will be entertainment. This fight, I am expecting to be non-stop, high-pace, constant sprint, dude. It's Muhammad Mokaev versus Manel Kopp. Who you got?
Yeah, Makayev, 23 years old, young guy, but that should not worry you. He's been fighting since he was like 14, 15. His opponent, Cop, very, very explosive individual, flying knees, very strong strikes. Mokayev, we've had a lot of OVs. Now we have an EV. That's the other part of the equation when we've taught you guys in class. Now, last weekend with Radzabov, he needs to change his last name. That wasn't part of the
He
equation.
needs to
This
move.
one is. Mokayev, you'll see some beautiful, beautiful suplexes in his bag. This dude is a strong, strong wrestler, grappler. He'll take your back. He'll ground and pound you. He'll smother you. He is the next Habib Nurmagomedov. Muhammad Mokayev, remember the name. Mokayev gets it done on Saturday.
100%, dude. Yeah, we told you about Ov Radzabov on the last card. He's ass. He's an idiot. Mokayev is not. He's 23 and he's this good already. He's undefeated, 6-0 in the UFC. He's a killer, dude. Manel Kopp, don't get me wrong. He's fast. He's a good counter
Yep.
striker. He's good on the feet. Recently, he has had a shitload of canceled fights. I do not like that. In 2024, I
Yeah.
think he's had like 3 or 4 of
A
them.
ton. A ton. I don't think he fought in 2023 at all.
Yeah.
And then he's had a bunch this year as well.
Yeah, I personally do not like that. It's just too much. Whether it's the other people or you, when it's that many, it's got to be you at some point. So it's just weird. Mokayev is just an out of this world grappler. The only way Manel Kopp wins this fight is if he puts him out or he outpoints him the entire fight. Muhammad Mokaev won't let him outpoint him the entire fight. I swear to God, he'll be on him, pressure, grappling.
The
Give me
takedowns.
Mokaev. I'm taking Mokaev. I will be looking at the sub prop as well.
Yeah, I think that's great. And right now, guys, the odds are pretty close to a pick 'em in JP and I's book. That is not the case. Mokayev. Um, I said the Khabib comparison, guys. He is the next Khabib. He will wrestle and wrestle and wrestle, and guys don't have answers. A lot of people are very fond of the beautiful striking of the opponents. Like Kopp is explosive. He's a good striker. Mokayev will eat those, come forward, land takedowns, and control.
Be ready
I
for the
think this
pace to
one's
be high, dude.
yeah, this one's gonna be a good fight though.
Maybe fight at night.
Possibly. Next fight, we've got Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze.
I've seen Arnold Allen fight quite a bit. That fight with Dan Hooker, I think everybody's seen, and that's kind of crazy because that's just a war that they went through. But
Mhm.
Allen's 10-2 in the UFC. He also has never been finished. There's quite a few guys on this card that have never been finished, but he has a damn good chin. Again, the Dan Hooker fight showed that his chin is legit. He can take a shot. Arnold Allen's only losses in the UFC are to the elite of that division. Max Holloway, the most recent one. Who was it to? Was it Nemov or is it? Oh, Mozar Evloev. So undefeated guy. Max Holloway before that. So only the top tier guys. Giga, he lost to Calvin Kattar in 2022. So in my eyes, Calvin Kattar's a good striker, but if you couldn't beat Calvin Kattar by grappling him and pressuring him and stuff like that, and you let Calvin Kattar sit there, I think that tells you that Arnold Allen will be able to dictate where the fight goes and how the fight goes. The other comp he's fought in the UFC just isn't as good. He does have a 4-inch reach and height advantage in this fight, so that's something to look at. That's going to be trouble for Arnold early to get around that. And with that reach advantage, he's got decent kicks, so that might be a problem for Arnold, but Arnold's never been finished. I don't think Giga is the guy to do it. Give me Allen by decision.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Giga is gonna be the rangier fighter, much taller, lengthier fighter, and I know normally I'm very fond of it, but I think Arnold Allen is very, very skilled, and I think like JP said very well, if Arnold Allen comes into the fight with a good game plan, he can dictate where the fight goes. He can have his way with Giga, and he's going to get it done on Saturday. Give me Arnold Allen to win.
Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I don't know. Giga's okay. I just think he'll outwork him. Arnold will outwork him. This one, I'm excited to hear your thoughts about this one. Talking about tall, lanky strikers, brother. Gregory Rodriguez, RoboCop versus Christian Leroy Duncan. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts right now, this could be fight of the night. This could be the best fight that you guys see on this UFC 304 card. And that has nothing to do with any of the other fighters. That's not taken away from the greats of Tom Aspinall, Leon Edwards, such and so on. These two individuals are warriors. They're the true definition of fighters. Um, Christian Leroy Duncan, very, very explosive striker, always moving in and out of the pocket, landing big shots when he does. Gregory Rodriguez, very, very tough. There's a reason he has the nickname of RoboCop. The guy just keeps coming forward. He can be beat up over and over and over. He will move forward. He's very big and strong, and lands very heavy punches. However, I think Christian Leroy Duncan is the more skilled fighter on the feet. Gregory Rodriguez always eats big shots in these fights, and that's what has earned him this nickname. That's what has gotten him in the position of I will eat big shots, but I will come forward. I'll have my nose split open and I'll come forward and get a late win. I'm not buying any of that because when Christian Leroy Duncan, nicknamed CLD, puts his paws on you, you will not be able to move forward after that. Give me Christian Leroy Duncan to win.
Hell yeah, baby. Fuck yeah, baby. Gorgeously said. RoboCop, I mean, he's got to grapple. He has to grapple. If you watch any film on Duncan, he's disgusting. I am so high on Duncan, bro. His stand up is gorgeous. He is also another guy, never been finished. He can kick you, he can elbow you, he can knee you, do whatever he wants. He can hit you from so many different places, bro. He has a 4-inch reach advantage on RoboCop. This is a pay-per-view card, so we have a bigger cage. The one in the Apex, I believe, is 44% smaller than a pay-per-view card. So it's going to be even harder for RoboCop. That's more space for Duncan to move around in. Duncan's good. On the feet, you guys are going to see right away. Duncan is gorgeous to watch on the feet. Both of these guys lost to Armin Petrosian. So that's something to take into account. But, I mean, Rodriguez's only way to win this fight is to grapple him. And I think Duncan actually has some decent grappling. He's got a decent understanding of it. And I think when you're good enough to stop being taken down and you have good enough takedown defense, you can dictate whether you want to go to the ground or you don't. Give me Duncan by KO, brother. I think he's putting him out. Like Brevin said, Rodriguez gets touched. You cannot get touched by Duncan that many times. He will put your
Yep.
lights out. And I think that's what's happening. Give me Duncan by KO.
Yep. This is not the fight to be a tough guy. Rodriguez will attempt to eat a shot, to land a shot, and that won't work against Leroy Duncan. I promise you. I love the KO call there. Let's make it happen on Saturday. Next fight, Bobby King Green versus Patty the Batty
The body.
Hamlet.
I'm a scouser. I don't get knocked out. Shut up. Boy gets hit more than anybody. Bobby Green, we know who he is. Slick, tough striker, talks a lot, runs his mouth. Striking looks good though. He's hard to hit. Patty, his striking isn't bad. He loops hooks and his chin's way out there in the air. He's got this wide stance where he hops back and forth. He is the much superior grappler. His way to win this fight is clearly grapple. I don't think Patty's stupid. I think Patty has an ego, and that's what worries me. If he's going to give too much ego and stand with Bobby, Bobby can put him out. So I don't think Bobby Green by KO hedge is a bad bet. The line's probably trash on that, but Patty's actually the
It's,
underdog. Huh?
it's not going to be bad because they're at a pick 'em right now. I mean, it's a coin flip. So Bobby by KO is not going to be bad. You'll probably get plus money on that.
If it is plus money, if it's plus 110, I do it. But I personally think it's gonna be like minus 110, bro. I don't know. Um, but Patty being the underdog, give me Patty, bro. I think he's Bobby's only way to win is decision and out. Well, I guess that's a lot of ways to win, but if Patty's smart and he doesn't let ego play into the fight, I think he'll win. I think he could submit Bobby, but give me Patty.
Yeah, this is a very big fight for Paddy Pimblett. Some would say the Tony Ferguson fight said a lot, but Tony Ferguson is so washed. Bobby Green still has juice left in the tank, and his hands are nothing to question. He has a great jab. He's going to be sticking out the jab, jab, jab. And Paddy's prone to getting hit. He might get touched up. I think if Paddy is able to implement a game plan early on, Paddy is more skilled to beat Bobby Green. It's just gonna be a matter of does Patty stand in trade
Poppy.
with Bobby? Do they stand in trade? Because if that's the case, I think Bobby Green has the advantage. Plus, he's gonna be talking a lot. That's his style. He's gonna be in your face, talking smack, and I think that could get under the skin of Paddy Pimblett. But I do think Paddy Pimblett has the upside of the grappling. If he gets Bobby down on the ground, he's going to be able to land a lot of ground strikes, ground and pound, potentially submit Bobby Green. There's a lot of ways for Paddy Pimblett to win. And if you're a fan of poker, we can classify this as Paddy has a lot of outs in this fight. I think he could win by a number of different ways. He also does have good power in his hands as well. He can strike back, but he eats a lot of punches. If this goes to decision, it's dangerous, but give me Patty the Batty Pimlet for my pick in this fight.
Yeah, he's got to leave ego out of it, man. I think ego, like you said, the stand up falls into the shit talking trap. and then tries to do a little bit of his own and stand or say, I'm going to knock this guy the fuck out because he wants to talk trash, that's where he's going to get in trouble. So hopefully he can take him down. But,
Before we move on, I think we got to hear that Patty impression one more time.
oh, man. That's good stuff.
Oh, I love that. I love that. All right. We are now on the co-main event of the evening with Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blaydes.
I do not think we need to spend a lot of time on this, dude. They fought before. Curtis Blaydes won because Tom blew his knee out when he went to throw a leg kick. Curtis Blaydes kind of jumped forward and Tom's knee just hit in a weird spot and it hyperextended his knee, blew out a couple ligaments. Other than that, what is Curtis Blaydes' path to victory against anybody? You're gonna wrestle, lay on him because you outweigh him and you're stronger, and then beat him up. And they're either gonna quit or you're gonna go to decision and win. That's the only way he wins.
Yep.
Tom Aspinall is better at grappling or good enough to keep him off of him and way better on the feet. Tom Aspinall is a absolute fucking killer. I think he's the best heavyweight in the world right now. Tom Aspinall's disgusting, dude. Give me Tom Aspinall. Tommy Tom, I don't even know his nickname. Tom
I
Aspinall.
don't think he has one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me see this. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have one. But give me Tommy Tom Aspinall, the best heavyweight in the world, number one. That's right. There's not a single person in that heavyweight division that's better than he is. Okay, give me Tom Aspinall. I hope he KOs
John
him.
Jones. John Jones is the number one heavyweight in the world.
Who?
I hope we see that
The
fight.
man's in
It
court right
will
now.
happen. It doesn't matter.
Oh
The
my
dude's
god.
doing
Dude's gonna dope
cocaine.
some
It
more.
doesn't matter. He's gonna piece up Tommy, but that's all right. We
Piece
can
up his wife
name.
again, maybe.
Oh dear Lord. All right. We might have to cut that from the video. My God. All right.
Leave
My
it in. Leave it in.
my prediction for this fight, like JP said, it was very well put. First fight was a fluke. Tom Aspinall is the better all-around fighter. He's better on the back. He's better on top. He's better on his feet. Wherever you take that fight, Tom Aspinall is more skilled. And he carries a lot of power in his hands. The only path to victory for Curtis Blaydes, I don't even think is a takedown and ground and pound. I think he gets lucky and catches him with an uppercut or an overhand right or something. Um, Other than that, I don't see a way that Tom's going to lose this fight. This is a big one for him to avenge this loss. I think it means a lot to him. Give me Tom Aspinall. I think he gets it done pretty easy against Curtis Blaydes.
I hope he knocks him out. Honestly, I'll probably look at that KO prop. That'll be nice. Yeah, good pick. John Jones, piece of shit. Anyways, moving on. The main event with the most entertaining fighter on the planet. Bilal, remember the name Muhammed versus Leon Edwards.
Rocky.
Hmm.
Yeah. Fought once before, went to a no contest with an eye poke. Bilal Muhammad was on his knees inside of the octagon crying like a little baby. I get it. I mean, he
Boy
was
won
really
an
looking
Oscar
forward to the
for that
opportunity.
performance, bro.
Looking forward to the opportunity. Didn't get it. Couldn't really see out of his eyes. Started freaking out. Leon Edwards to me is the much better striker. Bilal Muhammad will march forward. Didn't really land any takedowns in their first fight through 1.5 rounds. Um, I think this one's going to be a very similar story. I think Leon Edwards is going to be ready to put on a big performance. He's very rangy. He throws great kicks. He's going to keep Bilal at a distance. Bilal's going to be a little hesitant to enter. And when he tries to enter the pocket to land his strikes, Leon's going to be in and out. I think this one's going to be a nice masterclass of striking from Leon Edwards to really put an end to Bilal Muhammad's run to be champion. I don't want to see Bilal as champion. Um, Give me Leon Edwards to outclass him on the feet.
Yeah, bro. When you look at the fight, what does Bilal do to beat people? Again, the same thing as Curtis Blaydes. Bilal does pressure, wrestle, take you down. You either quit or I go to decision and I beat you. Remember the name is the worst nickname because everybody wants to forget his name. Nobody knows his name because you're fucking boring. You're boring. Okay? Leon Edwards, clearly the better striker. He did enough to keep Bilal away from him in the first one. I think Bilal was looking for a way out in that first one. Granted, his eye probably did hurt, but I think he was looking for a way out, and that was his way out to get a no contest. Um, if you ask me, look at the second Kamaru Usman Leon Edwards fight when Leon put him out. That whole fight, Kamaru was putting him against the cage, wrestling him, and then Leon in the fifth round still came out and knocked him out cold with a head kick, bro. Do you think Bilal is better than Kamaru? No, not even close. I think Bilal is the same style as Kamaru, and he's just worse at it. I can't see Bilal winning. I'm not saying he's going to get a head kick knocked out at the end, but I think Leon Edwards has good enough takedown defense to keep Bilal off of him. I think he's going to keep him at range and just beat him up. The only thing, I am going Edwards. Give me Edwards by decision. The only bet I am making on this main event is the fight goes the distance. That is the only one I'm taking off this.
Yeah. I could certainly see that if Muhammad's in control, it's definitely going the distance. I do think Edwards has the stopping power that Bilal lacks. That left high kick definitely wobbled Bilal in the first round of their last fight, and it may be there again. If you march forward too much and you miss one of those reads on a left high kick, that's the end of your night.
Yeah.
Leon Edwards has that in his bag.
Ask Kamaru, don't dip right, because that left high kick's coming right to your noggin.
All right. Now, for my favorite part of the show, the locked door lock of the night. We've got JP 4-0. I'm 3-1. I got screwed one week, but that's okay because 3 out of the 4 weeks it's hit. It paid even money last week. And this week we're going to be back in the winner circle again. JP, who do you got for your lock of the night?
I'm telling you guys, 4-0 have not missed a lock. They've all been dominant wins. This card, okay? I'm not going women's MMA again. We'll put that to the side. Most of the women's fights on this one are very up in the air. But you look at this card, and there's a lot of interesting fights. There's a lot of fights possible for fight of the night. My biggest thing that's in my head right now is fight IQ. After watching this past weekend's card, if they have bad fight IQ, get them out of here. Get them away from me. I don't want to deal with the idiots. I'm going with somebody who's all around phenomenal. Best in his weight class, #1 in the division. Give me Tom Aspinall. Smart guy, big guy, can knock him out, can hold his own on the ground. Give me Tom Aspinall as my lock, brother.
Love that call. Very skilled fighter in every facet of the game. For my lock of the night, I'm going with Nathaniel Boy Story Woody.
Woody
Nathaniel
boy.
Wood. He's going to get it done. That is going to be our locked door lock of the night. It's going to hit, guys. Throw the farm on it. Put the mortgage on it. We're rolling.
Put the beet farm on it.
Just kidding. This is not gambling advice, but I will tell you that one's going to hit. All right. Next up, we have JP's juicer parlay. What do you have squeezed up for us today?
I squeezed some fresh lemon juice, some fresh orange juice. I squeezed a bunch of juices out, and I just mixed them all together, and I said, let's just get back to our normal parlays, not something that you're trying to stretch or extend. Let's just get back to who you think are winning and just stack a couple wins on. So the juicer this week can possibly be subbed out as the English parlay. Okay, it is nothing but England fighters that I think is gonna win. Couple years ago, there was another card in England, and every single England fighter on that card won, and I actually parlayed all of them, so I hit that one. So this is round 2. You guys are going to see it on the juicer. Starting off, give me Patterson early in the prelims. I think Sam's better. Crosby's cheeks. Give me Patterson. Next one, throw Brevin's lock in there. Nathaniel Wood. Okay, that's a lock. He's hitting. Second one, the very next fight after that, Muhammed Mokaev. I think he's beaten Manel Kopp. Moving up, fight after that, Arnold Allen. Okay, Giga Chikadze is not going to be the one to finish nor beat Arnold Allen. Give me Arnold Allen. Next one, another fight. You're gonna go off. If we're winning all these fights, we're gonna be running on a high because they're constantly boom, 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 one after another. Give me Duncan on the next fight over RoboCop. I love his striking. It is gorgeous to watch. And the final leg, give me my lock, Tom Aspinall. So you already know 2 legs are hitting because they're both the locks. So we just need the other 4 to hit, and we're gorgeous. Okay, sitting pretty. What is that? A 6-leg parlay, ladies and gentlemen. 6-leg parlay for 303 hit. We're at 304, and we're hitting another 6-leg parlay. Okay, we're giving you a dozen right there. That's the juicer, and it's hit.
Let's go. Love the sound of that. Some great picks inside of JP's juicer. And this is, I think, one of the first weeks that I've agreed with every single pick inside of the juicer. So I'm feeling good. I'm putting money on the juicer. Let's hit it. My Brevin's basic parlay. Here we go. First fight. Christian, Leroy, Duncan, CLD gets it done. The power from another tower. Next fight, Nathaniel, Big Wood, getting it
Oh.
done. And then JP's lucky lock of the night, Tom Aspinall for my third leg. That's going to bring us to plus money currently, guys. I'm giving you guys plus money calls on Brevin's basic parlay. That's hitting again this week.
Yeah, man. It's just, I mean, Wood and Aspinall. If there's any 2 picks that you guys are gonna watch sweating, it's the Wood and Aspinall fights. They're gonna win us a lot of money this weekend. Okay, and we're fully prepared for it, brother. It's gonna be a good card. It's juiced again. I'm excited for it.
Yes, indeed. And this will be a card that JP and I get to watch together. I'm going over to his place this time. When he came over to my place last time, we hit and we hit big. We will be juiced up and we will be locked in for UFC 304. Don't forget, put in your 3 predictions for who wins on this card to enter for a chance to win the Batty rookie card that I got right here for you guys. I'm so excited to give it away to one of you lucky subscribers. Also, just want to say thank you, every single one of you that views our videos. We really appreciate it. JP and I love doing this stuff for you, bringing you this content, doing the research for you to bring you the best picks for every Saturday night that there's a UFC card. JP, take us home.
Ladies and gentlemen, be prepared to win money together. Let's do it. 303, we went 12-1. 304, perfect card? Maybe. As always, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby! Peace!